Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19, and if you have a look at our egg pallets here, they are very nearly almost full. So we're going to want to sell a few eggs. We've also got a wool pallet there, the single use, that one is full, and we had a standard wool pallet, that one was filled up as well. We've replaced the wool pallet over there. That has now got a different one. Plus, we've also got 5 of these old wool egg pallets over here. We've now got the new and improved lot, where we've got more capacity in the pallets and so on and so forth. We have a harvest ready to roll. And let's just take a look at the prices of eggs and wool a minute. Wool at the moment is 2,000. That's pretty good. 5,000 for eggs it's acceptable, right? If anything over 5,000, I would say would be acceptable. We had almost 6 grand available for eggs that we missed out on, but you know that's fine. We'll go with what we've got here. And so what I'm gonna want now is this one right here. So I said in yesterday's episode that I have, well, first of all, we have a Discord channel. So if you've not checked out the Discord channel, go and have a look. Sign up to it. If you don't know what Discord is, go have a look, see what you think. It's where we can all get together and have a chat and exchange funny gifs and just talk. And there are voice channels that you can use for your farming simulator games. There are voice channels that we've got set up for some other stuff as well. And generally speaking, we have a bit of fun on there. If I only change over there, disable straw swath. I don't want straw swath on this lot. We're not going to bother with the baling this time. I want to get this done a little bit quicker if I can. I still want to do the harvest. I just don't want to do the straw swathing bit. Because then we don't have to worry about baling. And let's start this bad boy up. And we'll run through here. So we get some oats, so that we've got oats for the horses, and then we've got a big field of barley or wheat, I can't remember which, over there. That's going to be for feeding the chickens, and I'm hoping that's going to sort of keep us going then for a fair while with the chickens and that. Straw, actually, wait a minute, we've got, what have we got? We've got one there, we've got about 4 bales over there for straw, and horses at the moment, they are going, no, we don't actually need it, we don't need the straw yet. We will probably want the straw at some point fairly soon-ish, but we don't need it just yet, so we won't worry about it now. And I will get over to there, lift that one up. Right. Do I want to go another? Nope, I don't think I do. Okay. So anyway, I was looking in the comment section yesterday, and I seen a comment. There's one comment, and now I know that several people have said that you'd like me to stay on this series and kind of keep it going a little bit longer, and build up and get some extra stuff. A lot of you have said you'd like to see me using some bigger things. So my live stream this week is Farming Simulator live stream. And I'm going to go for a large-scale map. I want you to suggest in the comment section large-scale maps. I will have a look at them, and I will pick out the one that I think is the best, and I will do a live stream on that one. I'll give me a ton of money, and then we'll get a load of big equipment and stuff. But there was a comment in the video that went live yesterday. I'm saying yesterday, but it's actually from Monday's episode. Anyway, Monday's video. Saying that a lot of the stuff that I do is early game through to mid game. I get started with the small stuff, and then I move up to the medium stuff. And then I move on and I do it again. And I don't really do what you could class as end game stuff, where I'm doing really big scale things. Now, I suppose in part this is because the type of farming where I live and the type of farming that I've always done is not what you class as end game type. It's kind of like I'm doing now, small scale stuff. And that's the only type of farming I've ever really done. I've done some bigger scale, but not the really big stuff. And I also got this impression from the comments last week on the video. So you want me to stay here a lot longer, and you really want me to get properly established on this map. And this has surprised me. I thought that a lot of you would want me to be moving on by now, but I'm getting a really strong vibe that you want me to stick around and do a lot more on this map. So what I was kind of thinking was, well, what are we going to have as like a final thing? What are we going to say would be our completion on here? Now, I was, originally I'm saying I want to get some chickens, and I want to get a bit more land down here. We've got this land over here at the moment. We can't really do a great deal with that, but we do have it. I could always sell that piece of land right there, and it's probably not going to hurt us a great deal. It's not going to have much effect on anything, I don't think. But then we've got this one over here. It's 200,000 euros to go on... euros? It should be dollars. It's dollars. I'm recording time-lapse, so I'm not going to change it, otherwise I'll forget. And then it comes out wrong in the time-lapse, and that irritates me. It really does. Hang on. Right. I've had a mouthful of coffee. I'm feeling slightly better. So, yeah, the next plan really is to buy that field there and extend our chicken empire out this way. And now that we've got these 10,000 litre pallets for the eggs, our chicken empire is going to grow a little bit more rapidly. In order to also further increase the speed of income, I may get more sheep and more horses so that we can speed up our income. We do want to get cows, but I'm kind of looking at this map, and I'm thinking that we ought to think seriously about buying these fields up here, a long line of them, close to the animal dealership, and we convert all of this into one big single field for grass mostly, and we set up the cows up here rather than having cows down here. So we can travel up the track. Oh, well, we have to go around that way, I think. But anyway, we can get between the two. We can get between the two. But we kind of have the cows up here rather than down the bottom. So we kind of go for that. And then we can set up a big thing for cows as well. We got loads of chickens, several sheep and horses, and we got lots of cows. And then we want to be looking at getting some arable land. And I'm thinking that we're going to be going for large-scale arable, because this is what a lot of you are saying you want me to do. You want me to be doing large-scale arable production, which I haven't done yet, and some, like, what you would class as proper endgame stuff. So I'm thinking our endgame could be Field 8. So I won't get things like that government subsidy, which gives 150,000 an hour, right? That I'm going to rule that one out. There are other ways we can make money, especially through the animals, the way that we're doing it at the moment. So long as we keep producing our own stuff, we can be fast-forwarding time, and we can be building up our cash fairly rapidly at this point now. But we're going to start working towards owning these, and then turning all of this into one large field. Because if I just jump up here a minute to, hang on, map overview, go to railroad, silo east over here, and we go out this way over here, you can see it's just a dirt track. There's nothing else here, right? All we got is a dirt track. Now, we might, if we did buy this, we may have to get the old terraforming bit going and just kind of smooth it out a little bit around this track in places so that we can join the two together. But I'm thinking our end game... Yeah, look, see, it's quite rough right here. We would definitely need to be smoothing all of this out. All the way along here, this would have to be leveled out. So it's a lot smoother, and also this over here. And then we've got a decent big field. I'm thinking our end game should be Field 8, Field 11, Field 10, and Field 9. So 8, 9, 10, 11. Buy all 4 of those and join them together into one massive great big field, right? A huge great... I'm not going to include that one because that's sort of the dog leg off to the side, but we could certainly include these. You know, we're looking at a good 2.5 million, well over $2.5 million to buy all of these together, and we join them all into one massive field, and we get at least one harvest off of them. That's our end game target. That's my suggestion. Endgame target for this series is to go there. We're on easy mode, so it's not going to take us forever and a year to get there, as you know, especially as we're now getting these animals done quite nicely. I think this is actually, I've thought about this quite a bit, and I do genuinely believe that this is a realistic target for us. I really do think that we could actually pull this one off without the series getting really dull, dreary, and mundane. And that's kind of my immediate concern was, if I go trying to do something like this, is it going to end up making everything really, really boring to watch after a certain period of time? Because you know, if you remember back when I did Goldcrest FS17, I did 100 episodes on there, and I did that wrong. I kind of, that got boring towards the end. And it did, I could feel it getting boring towards the end. I mean, it was at a time where I was getting thoroughly fed up with Farming Simulator anyway, and I don't think that's going to happen this time around. At least I'm hoping it won't happen this time around, because I'm more prepared for it. I have already identified what it was that was making me lose interest in the game, and yeah, so I'm really hoping that we could do this. So I'm going to grab these eggs from here. We've got our combine is busy running at the moment, and I think we have actually got, if we look in our chickens, why are you still saying 0? Don't still say 0. I've got like a foot of... Don't do this to me. Let me just fast forward a minute. There we go. That's why it's saying 0, because it's full. It's because it's full. It's already full. Oh, wow. We've got 10,000 litres of eggs right here. We're going to use up these small pallets of eggs, and then we're only going to be using the giant pallets of eggs, and I'll be switching over... I'll get rid of this other egg pallet mod. We won't use that one anymore. That one will be going. And we'll just use the big pallet mod, which I really like, because I love the fact that it's now got an animation for when it's filling up. That makes a big difference to me. Pallets are difficult to handle at the best of times in this game. I mean, I can do it, but they are difficult to handle. At least it does make it a bit easier using this new Holland. It's got to be said. This one definitely is easier to use than any of the other vehicles I've been using. So I will drop you in there like that. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to jump out and I'm going to grab you, chuck you in there, and that first one as well, just to see how that works. I'm hoping that it does work, even though I haven't blocked the first point. I was told don't block that first drop point. As long as I don't drop the block point, it should be, don't block the first drop point. It should be okay. It should work. So long as I don't do that, I'm hoping it'll be alright. Now, we'll spin this one round over here. We've got wool up on here. I've got eggs up there that I want to do something with. Let's back you out a little bit. There we go. And yes, an auto pallet, an auto load trailer for pallets would be pretty cool, but we don't need it. We don't have to have it. Let me just jump over to you a second. And can anybody see what I did with that trailer? Oh, I left it down by the horses, didn't I? It's got oats in it already. It's fine. Let me go and grab that. I think I might need that one. So we get that trailer over here. We bring that one back, and we can use that one for the harvest. In and around here. Weave in and out. There we go. Right, so we've also got loads and loads of food right here. Helper D has a full grain tank. We've got loads of food right here for the chickens. That's plenty to keep them going now. We've got oats coming in for the horses. We've got a little bit of straw for the horses. The next harvest we do, we'll probably have to do a few bales extra for the horses. I do need to get some... Now, I was told somewhere there was... I don't know if it's a bug or if it's something else, but if you leave the trailer there, the combine doesn't start up automatically. So we'll watch that. We'll do it from over here. I do want to do a cut of grass in our little field up there so that we've got some hay ready for the sheep. That is one thing that I do want to do. Let's get you on here. Spin you round. But yeah, pallets are a little bit difficult to... It's a difficulty to handle them, isn't it? They are a little bit tricky to handle, these pallets, but you can get there eventually. And it's kind of... It's the way that they stick onto the forks, and then they don't stick underneath. And I was talking about this in the Discord with Patreon, what sort of different methods could be used to... Was I talking in the Discord, or was I talking on another video? I might have been talking on one of my... I can't remember. I talk to people everywhere. Right, we have this problem where you can't get the forks out of the things, and that's what makes it really tricky. Oh, the combine is going again. It was a bug. There was a thing that it was stopping the combine from moving. Right, there we go. That one's out. I go and get another pallet from over here. We'll quickly use these up. And once we've used these up, then I will go and get more of the great big pallets. And I think I'll use the reusable ones. We get the reusable ones, and we get those down here, and we'll stack them up here somewhere, or stack them up somewhere. Another thing I want to do, we'll do a trial of this on one of these. I'm not going to do too many, but I'm going to do a trial here on one of them. I'm going to put multiple pallets down in the area. Alright, I'm going to put one here, like that, and then I'm going to go and get another one, and I'm going to see if that one fills up. Because if that works, we could put like 4 pallets down. We could do the same with the sheep. Put 4 10,000 litre pallets down, and they'll load up. And yeah, I know they're sort of hanging out over the end, but just ignore that bit. So here's a little trial. We will do this as a single trial right here. We'll see if this works. If it works on one of them, it'll work on others. That much we know at least. Okay, stop. You won't help if I lift the forks up. Let's try it like there. Like that. Best not to leave the forks out too much, but still, what's done is done. And grab you, and I'll drop you into that one. Okay, and now I will have a look. So we've got 63 litres in that one. This one's got 9,000, so that one hasn't quite updated yet. Yeah, that's fine. Right, we'll leave those there. And then... Now what? We want the... I'll be going with this in a minute. I will be going with this in a minute. Helper D has stopped work unexpectedly, unknown reason. What? Why on earth did you do that? Oh, has it got a little bit of other crop left in it? Remember when we planted this? Do you remember when we planted this field? I accidentally put wheat down the side. I reckon maybe there's a little tiny bit of wheat there, and that's what's done the unknown reason for stopping. That might be it. Let's just go slowly, because we had this issue over in the other field as well. Right, well that seems to have worked okay. So we'll shut you off, and then open out... Wait a minute. Oh, I need to press G so it goes to that. There we go. Now we can open that one out. Swing round like that. But yeah, I was thinking about getting more horses. If I got like a big pen of horses rather than just a small pen, we could get some more horses on the map. Those produce a lot of money, so we'd get a load more money. We've got the grooms who would be doing the work with keeping the horses running, keeping them going, and it's going to produce a good steady income. We'd have quite a bit of income coming in off of those if we had a lot of horses here. And I'm thinking that mightn't be a bad idea at all, because that's going to really help us get towards our target of $2 million in order to be able to get the main field. But that's not even going to be our first target. Our first target is land over that way and more chickens. I want at least 5 large pens of chickens. Then I want to move up there, and I want to get all that land up there, so we've got a nice big field up there, and I want a large pen of cattle up there. And I'm not going to say any more than a large pen of cattle. Whether or not we sort of keep that one full and running with a large pen of cattle, I've no idea. We would kind of play that one by ear at the moment, because we haven't done cows yet. And someone else said they really want to see me doing pigs. I I'm going to eventually be doing all of this stuff on the hardcore series, but the hardcore series is obviously going to work a lot different to this, and it's going to be slower going. So we could also think about doing pigs, maybe do pigs in this series, I don't really know, but a lot of you said you want to see me doing the cattle, because I said I was going to do cattle in this series. Maybe we leave the pigs for another time. We do that in a different series, but Endgame. We want to be looking at Endgame stuff, and in Farming Simulator, really you would class Endgame as the really big kit. We want to have a farm that has got the really big kit. The big arable stuff, mostly, is what we're talking about, and I know exactly what you're talking about, the great big arable stuff, so that's what we want to be working towards. Whether you want me to be messing around with doing pigs as well, I don't really know. We can sort of play that way. So get in the comments and talk about this. What is your preferred target on this map? I know I've already asked you to tell me this, and several of you said you want to see me do loads of chickens. A lot of you said don't leave until I've at least done the chickens and the cows. But what do you think of this idea of going all out and not stopping until we've got full end game stuff going here, so that we're not going into a new, we're not going to say, you know, we'll sell everything up and move on to a new map, take a load of money and start the new map with millions, but instead we build ourselves up from nothing on this map, and then we might go and take some of our millions onto the next map. We might start over. We you know, either one really is kind of an option at this point. I'm not really sure, because I know some of you really don't like the idea of taking a load of money, even though technically it's quite accurate. You're selling up and you're taking all of your stuff onto a new farm. It is quite accurate. I know a lot of you really don't like it when I start a new series with a big pile of money. You like me starting at the bottom. If I do that, though, I never get to the big stuff. So, you know, in theory, we ought to stay here until we get to the big stuff if I'm going to go and start the next map without the big stuff. You see, you kind of see the dilemma here. Some of you like me to move on and take the big stuff with you, take the stuff with me so I can go into the big stuff. Some of you like me to work up from the ground up. So I want to get a good idea. Make sure you comment. Make sure you comment on this one. I'm not actually doing a vote at this stage, keeping the votes for the Super Hardcore series at the moment, but I will be doing votes on what we do with this series. There will be some votes coming to this, because I feel this is sort of quite an important one, and you all should have a voice. So, at the moment, your voices need to be heard in the comments section. Get into the comments section and talk to me about what you think should be end target for this series. Are we looking at massive, great big arable fields that we harvest at least once? We want to do a full planting, full harvest at least once. Maybe even a couple of times. You know, maybe we do a full harvest with something like wheat or barley, which is a lot of grain. There's a lot of, when you do these, there's a huge amount of grain, so you've got a lot more legwork involved with getting the harvest off the field. Whereas with something like beans or canola, sunflowers, there's a lot less legwork involved. You've got a lot less stuff that you've got to cart off the fields. It's a lot easier to do, isn't it? It's so much easier. And so it's faster, especially if you do sunflowers and you have the specialist headers. You're up and down, it's over really quickly. So I could do one of each, so we can sort of get a really good feel for this end game content, and what we and then we take it from there. We go on to a new map. At the moment, there are not that many maps available. Most of the maps available are edits, and like I said last time, I was genuinely surprised that so many of you said that you thought Fendt Forest, the map by Stevie, was good. Oh, we're Phil. We're Phil. I'm not called Phil. We're full though. Several of you, a lot of you said that you thought the map by Stevie was good, but you don't want to see me doing a series on it because it's an edit, and you don't want an edit. If we're gonna have one of the base game maps, stick with this one and wait until another one comes out. And I was genuinely surprised by that. So, I am a little bit surprised. Well, a little bit. I was a lot surprised by that. I got to be honest. I really did think that you'd want me to move to something like that rather than staying here. So get into the comment section and tell me what you think. I don't always know what you're thinking. It's quite obvious that I don't always know what you're thinking. And the only way I can know what you're thinking is if you get into the comment section, you tell me what you're thinking. Otherwise, I am bound to get it wrong. So we've got, at the moment, the... you know, we kind of stay here, and I know that a lot of you do want me to go for cows, and a lot of you want me to go for becoming the chicken king. You want me to be the king of chickens. I'm quite happy to be the chicken king. I really am. I don't mind being the chicken king, but yeah, what else are you going to want me to do? Are you happy with this idea of me going for, like, going big time? And then once we have done that, once we've gone the proper big time with all of that turned into one field, so we will have to get the old editing bit out, the terrain thing, and just modify that a little bit in between the fields. That's going to have to be done. Then we have to plow it all up, plow around the edges so that we turn it into a great big field. We're definitely going to be pulling out the likes of, hang on, here, plows. Now, you've got disc harrows, you've got cultivators, and then you've got plows. We're definitely going to be pulling out the likes of the Gregoire Besson right here. This monster plow, 10.5 meters wide. It's something like a 22 furrow reversible plow. It is an absolute beast of a plow. There's no denying that is a true beast of a plow. It really is. This is the only one, though, that will allow us to create new fields. We can't use the subsoiler option, likes of these here, whereas it says it can be used instead of a plow. It doesn't allow us to create new fields with it. So we can't really go using that, which is a bit of a shame, because some of those would be very cool to be able to use for that, but it's not going to give us that option, unfortunately. Right, I'll bring you in here, and I'm just going to go H like that, and I'm going to let the hired help do that bit. That's going to carry on there. Should be enough, I'm hoping, at least. And I'm going to go to you so that you're not in the way, and I'm going to put you back down here like this. Right. I'll leave you down there, just like that, and then you're fine, you will carry on, and we want to go... Yeah, leave those for a minute. We want to go to this one. This is our bad boy in question now. And we're going to take these off and we're going to sell them. So first up, we want to go straight to the wool sale point. We're getting $2,000 per 1,000 litres. We've got one pallet on here that's got 10,000 litres in it, which is that one wool pallet, single use. Doesn't tell us on the wool pallet, doesn't it? No, doesn't tell us on the wool pallet how big the actual wool pallet is. It does with the eggs. I love the fact that it does that with the eggs. It's a little bit disappointing that it doesn't do that with the wool, but that is such a minor detail. And these pallets, these have genuinely changed my opinion of chickens and sheep. I was starting to think that chickens and sheep was going to be something that I would truly hate. But no longer. That is no longer the case. So I will bring this one up here, and we will sell that wool right there. And there we go. It's selling immediately. The whole lot gone. 18,779 euros. So that first pallet that we had... That one was the single use. I've got one at the moment, one multi-use one, and that one is over at the sheep. I'm gonna get one more of them at least. Actually, I might get two. I think we'll get two more multi-use, biggest pallets that we can get for the sheep. Bring those back over as well, and then. If we can put both of them on there, that's even better. And then we can sort of just keep going between the two. If we've got like a capacity for 30,000 litres, that's going to be absolutely brilliant. We're about $5,000 per 1,000 litres for eggs here at the restaurant. So the ones at the back, those are 2,400 litres. I don't think they're actually full though, are they? I don't remember. They might be. But the ones at the front... Those are worth a lot more. There we go. Look at that. 111,000 euro. Well, dollars. It's dollars. $111,000 for eggs. That is fantastic. $111,000 for eggs. Oh, that is so awesome. That is genuinely awesome and brilliant and amazing and just, yes, that is brilliant. Right, so we've actually got enough money to go and buy another chicken pen. We don't want to yet. We still need to save our money because the next thing we're after is this one. We want this field. There's 202,000 that one, so we still got to save it a little bit. We got horses who are on their way. As soon as we've done this harvest, actually, I ought to get something. We ought to get some planting started on there, and I'm thinking this time we would go for. I got 10,000. Right, hang on. Oh, I've got 10,000 litres of oats. Oats, 31,000 in there. Okay, we'll do the big field with oats, and we'll do the small field with beans or something like that, I should think. What have I got in storage? I have 10,000, 1,700 litres of beans. Beans it is. We will do beans. We will plant beans in that smaller field. And then we've got oats that can go in the big field because we're going to need quite a few oats in order to be able to keep our horses going. So let's come up through here. And we're also going to want to get another pen for horses, but we're not going to be in a position to get that just yet. So if I bring this one over here, and I'll stop right there, I want some more reusable egg pallets. I've got a couple of them already, but I also want reusable wool pallets as well, don't I? So we go into there, and we go into pallets. First up, we're going to go for reusable egg pallet right here. These are absolutely awesome. I love these egg pallets. 9,600 reusable right there. And I'm going to go for at least... I've got one at the moment. Because the other one that we're using, that's not a reusable. It's a single use. So I'm going to go for another 5 of these. So we've got 6 altogether. I don't know if 6 would be enough. Actually, and then I want 2 more because I want some for the small pen. I'm assuming that I can put multiple pallets down without any issues. This is an assumption I'm making. Never make assumptions. Should never make assumptions. Right, wool pallet over here, reusable. This, I want 3 reusable ones, extra large, 10,000. We're going to go for 3 if we can. So we've got 1 at the moment. Buy that one there. 1. 2, and that'll make 3. So we've got capacity for 30,000 of them. And then I do like the fact that wool pallets are bigger. That's quite cool. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 egg pallets. And then we've got the other pallets as well. Perfect. That's what I want. Now I've got to get these loaded up. My loading skills are not great, to say the least, but there is ways and means to cheat the system. If you can cheat the system and you can get away with it, why not? Okay, that's not really the attitude to take with life, is it? I will shunt these down here, like that. Pull you out, like that. And then we can pick up 2 at once. This is the theory. Helper H has a full grain tank. Let's go and deal with Helper H a minute. Helper H. Pull you back down like that. Stop right there. And then I go to... No, not you. This one. I'll bring you up through. And we get Helper H unloaded. I've still got those trailers over there ready for doing some stuff with shredding up trees so that we can move a load of wood chips as well. And that's on my to-do list. The ploughing at the top of the grass field is also on my to-do list. But at the moment, the animals are... We're doing quite well with the animals. The animals are making us a little bit of cash. So we do kind of... We want to focus on the animals. We're not going to do that exclusively, but we do want to concentrate on the... it's working with the eggs at the moment. They're both doing absolutely fine with the eggs. So I'm hoping it'll do the same with wool pallets. We'll see how it works once we plonk some more in. We'll see how it works. These ones here, they work fine with it, though. That's good. That's a good thing. I'll go to you. You are now empty. That is good. And then I can close that one down. I can turn those beacons off. I spin you back round up here. You did wheel spin a little bit, so you will have gone a slightly funny angle. There, okay. And it's away again. Right, that's good. And I can go back to that one. Shut you off. Over to here. And now I can get these pallets loaded on, in theory. He says. Can I do this? Can I pick up 2? This is the main thing is, can I pick up 2? Lower it down just a fraction. There we go. It is slightly frustrating doing pallets in this game because of the, how awkward they can be. It's more than a little bit frustrating sometimes. So I got 2 wool pallets. I'll put these over on this side, and I'll go round the other. Ooh, not like that. I won't. Let me try and get these on here. So yeah, we are getting towards the end of the episode. Make sure that you get into the comment section. Above all, I really want suggestions for large-scale maps that you'd like to see me have play around on for the live stream this week. And I'm also really, really interested in what you want as endgame content for this series. Do you want me to do what I've suggested, which is go proper, hard, all the way to like the full scale, what a lot of people would class as big end game content, where we're looking at massive machinery, huge fields. We can get up through there. We can take big machinery up through there. I can turn the traffic off temporarily if we need to. That would just simulate someone going ahead with a truck and parking up and not letting the cars come through. Okay, we can do that. Getting across the railway with massive, great big machinery could also be quite interesting. If we get stuck on there and then the train comes piling through, that would certainly prove interesting. That would definitely prove an interesting experience to have the train come piling through and cause us some little headaches like that. Okay, let me straighten that one up a little bit. There we go. Oh. It does seem to get a little bit laggy. I'm hoping that lag is actually the hired help working and not the these pallets. Because I'm starting to use a few of these pallets now. We'll see. We'll soon find out. Right, let's get this little lot loaded up on here. If you go slowly, if you go steady and you keep moving the camera around, this is something that I can't do with the time-lapse series. Just keep moving the camera around. I gotta get it at one angle and get it lined up. But if you keep moving the camera around so that you can kind of see your different angles as you're doing this, it's not actually that bad for loading pallets. See? Especially if you do them 2 at a time. 2 at a time is definitely the way forward. There is nothing better than 2 at a time. We can soon load them up. I mean, yeah, if we had like I did have a mod for that, like in FS17. I don't think I ever used it in any series, but I did have a mod that was a double pallet fork. And it did kind of work. I used it a little bit just on my own, but I'd never actually put it into a series because I didn't like messing around with pallets at the best of times, and I don't know why. I ended up just not using it. But it was there. It did exist. And you had a proper double pallet fork, which was quite cool. I think really, though, for best use of pallets, I would actually like to see a auto-load pallet fork. So that you've got, maybe a double pallet fork, so you can have 2 pallets on at once, like this. But yeah, an auto-load pallet fork where you've got to, like, maneuver the machine around and so on. But you don't necessarily have the fork stuck out in front of you. You go up to it and then you press the activate button, maybe the Z button or something like that, and the pallet automatically just goes to the fork. So maybe the fork, I don't know, maybe the fork doesn't have collision or something, so that it doesn't matter what if you get it at a poor angle. And then it goes onto, it auto loads onto the pallet fork. See that there? I was trying to do that at one side, and I always end up getting them slightly crooked when I do that. It's never very easy when you're looking outside, but if I approach the trailer at a slight angle, I should be able to still unload it reasonably straight. There. I'm out of there. Right, we got all of them on. We got all the egg pallets on, and we got the wool pallets on. And take them back to our house, and everything will all be tickety-boo. So remember, there is a Discord server, and there is a link to that one in the description down below. I would very much like for you to... Actually, there's a lot of stuff that I've been talking about today that I want you in the comment section for. So knock yourselves out. Fill that comment section up. See if you can actually fill the comment section up. I don't think... I don't know. I don't think that's actually possible. But go for it. Just go all out. I do read the comments. And I know I can go days with hardly answering anything at all. But trust me, I do read every comment that is posted. Every single one, I do read it. I just don't have time to sit there and type responses to a lot of them. Most days I don't, unfortunately. It's just one of those things, but that does not mean I'm not watching and listening and paying attention to what you're doing. I am watching the comments. I am looking at the comments and seeing what people are posting up and getting an idea of all of your feedback. And I like your feedback. I do. I really appreciate the feedback that I get. Good and bad. If you've got things that you really don't like, well then put it in the comments section. You all know the rules now for the channel. No obscene language. It doesn't mean you can't go and post that you think that that particular episode was the worst one you've ever seen in your life. By all means, if you think that, then I want to know. I need to know, because otherwise I can't improve on it. So get into the comment section and give me all of your feedback. Was this the single worst idea I've yet come out with in all of my career as a YouTuber? Do you actually like this idea? Me going for all of this. We've got other things that we'll need to do first. Chickens first, out round here. This field here will not be a field at all. It'll be more yard space for chickens. We might be able to fit cows in down here as well. It's going to require a lot more terraforming over this bit. But we might be able to squeeze cows. I like the idea of putting more horses in. It could become a little bit more tricky to manage all the horses and chickens and stuff. But that's, you know, we start expanding up here and we start buying up these 4 fields here. We could... I mean, I was kind of thinking that then that would all become a big grass field up there. We've got a small grass field down here, but I don't think that's going to be sufficient for keeping the cows and the horses with hay. So maybe we'd go for a big one there, and then we'd have a massive arable field up here, the biggest arable field the world has ever seen. What do you think of this idea? What do you think? Is that something that you want to see me go for? Do you think that's a bit much? Do you think we should be moving on long before then? I want all of your feedback, and I may very well end up doing a vote on this, because I got a really strong vibe last time round when I was sort of asking about this, that a lot of you want me to stay on here for a significant amount of time yet, and do a lot more on this map. A lot of you do feel this map has got a lot more to offer, and we shouldn't be skipping off towards something else. Yes, I know there's not a lot of love for the base game maps, but we're able to alter the map as we go along. We're able to make adjustments. We can put extra bits in, we can do the landscaping, we can put in little pathways and tracks and things like that, which does make a difference to how we can run things. I probably should be looking at getting some fencing packs and things like that, so we could fence off maybe some areas, some fields, things like that. I'm not really sure. So I don't quite know all of the details of what exactly I want to do yet, but I'm getting a rough idea of what I want to do, and I'm going to be basing more of this on your feedback as well. which is why it's quite important that I get your feedback, really. It's going to make a big difference. It's going to be a significant impact. But that is all I've got time for right now. So if you've enjoyed the episode, then please hit down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.